brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cody's brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cody's brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.
Let's get to the video. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our next video. Today we got the Crown Vic. Our owner is here, Mr. Keith Seary, to talk us through it.
How's it going,
man?
sir?
Yes, Keith has his own YouTube channel.
Oh yes, I do.
Make sure to go check it out.
Keith Seary.
Link in the description.
Oh yeah.
So Keith, you bought this car, right?
Yeah.
You've done some modifications to this, right? Talk us through some of the things you've done to this car.
Well, let me start. I call it the Hick Vic.
Okay.
I've kind of rednecked this thing out. It's one of those, I got it, I paid $1,200 for it, and I just do whatever the heck I want to it. It's like a Matchbox car.
Yeah, let's look at your spotlight.
Yes. So this did not come with the car. I went to a junkyard and said I need a spotlight, and I said it's got, you know. So I pulled this off off another one, just that was in the. There's a local junkyard by me, and they just happen to have one. And then it was all rusted out inside. I'm still screwing with it, figuring out, because this is the light bulb on it, and it's just this little dinky thing. And I want, So I want to still screwing with this, but I just drive with it as is. And then you can you
got like a handle on it.
You got a handlebar here, and that's how the cops. It kind of works.
Inside it.
Yeah, they kind of peruse for the criminals.
Oh, okay. So while you're driving this, does anyone think you're a cop, or do like people just totally blow you off? You got like slow drivers.
As we see in the back, I've done some more crazy stuff to it, so it depends. But if you get in like the left lane and kind of just cruise, especially at night when people can't tell the imperfections of it, they generally get out of the way.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and I have the crash bar up front here, and I hit a deer.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, I had to replace the whole front. I'm still gonna put the new Ford logo on there and stuff, but it goes on here, and you can see this one's all bent out of shape. But believe it or not, it absorbed it. Like, I want to get another one in case I hit something else. Like,
that probably protected you from most of the damage.
It may have totaled the car if I didn't have that on there. So the deer kind of hit and kind of did a roll thing. I got a little dent on the side. Still some stuff to need to mess around with. But again, I mean, as long as it gets me from point A to point B, I'm not. I'm not too picky about it.
All right. Well, while we're up here, we might as well look at the V8 under the hood.
Oh yeah, I'll pop.
We got V8 power.
Pop the hood.
And as you know, where there is V8s, there is Alan. So we have our local mechanic here to talk us through some of the details that I'm afraid me and Keith are not too familiar on.
I'll let you open that. I don't want to touch this.
Okay. Our local mechanic won't touch it. All right.
Duct tape under here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there's a lot of Flex Seal tape.
All right.
I haven't done. That intake looks good, bro.
Yeah.
Do we have any
coils?
official numbers on this engine?
It's a 4.6 liter V8
Okay.
made by Ford. It's overhead cam. It makes probably like 250 horsepower.
Ooh.
You know,
It's the same one in the Mustang.
the only thing that's similar is it has Ford's modular design, so it's overhead cam. I don't know how many valves per cylinder this is. I'm gonna assume it's 3 valves per cylinder. I could totally be wrong on that, and I'm sure all the YouTube commenters will let me know, all the Ford people out there.
I don't think anyone in my comments has more knowledge than you, so
yeah.
If you do, though, make sure you subscribe.
And I know with this is a little like with the police version of these guys, it's got like it's tuned a little
Hiding under
differently.
Yeah,
right?
so they changed some things with the
I
police
broke
badge.
that.
Sure.
It's all right. No, duct tape fixes everything. You're fine.
I know it had a better flowing intake.
Yeah, it's a little
manifold.
bigger intake.
It had, like you said, it had a different tune for
Slightly more robust suspension.
Exactly, yeah. It's called the P71 Police package. So you get a little bit of cop suspension, cop brakes, which is all just bigger, beefier stuff.
Kind of performance
Then
package.
the engine's tuned a little differently for more power at higher PM when you're chasing the perps.
Oh, cool.
I just redid the intake manifold here. So I had to take the whole thing apart.
How many
It was a
miles are on
job.
this, Keith?
I put 10,000 miles on it so far. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, you haven't even had it a year
I
yet,
know.
have you?
I know. I'm at 157.
Oh boy.
But I had a Grand Marquis before this, kind of made me want to like interested in these cars, and I hit 250,000 miles on that, and the engine was still going strong. That's
Yeah, I'd imagine these are pretty.
Oh yeah, these.
It's built to get beat on.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a cop car.
cop cars, they idle all day long, and when they are driving, they're thrashing off because cop doesn't own the car; it's owned by the state,
Yeah,
so
right.
he can do whatever he wants.
It's like a rental car.
So it's a pretty high strength chassis, like with the beefy brakes and the beefy suspension and stuff, and then the engine. These are notorious for just being able to take an absolute beating. I mean, how many idle hours do you have on this thing?
like 6,500.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of idle hours.
Yeah.
So,
Probably more than that now.
And
chilling outside of Wawa.
Traditional V8s are notorious for not taking idle hours all that well. So for a V8 to be able to take it as well as this one does, it's a credit to Ford for being able to build something like that. Another cool fact about this car, this was basically your last body-on-frame American
Oh
sedan.
yeah, right.
They don't make them like that anymore. They make
No,
them
it's-
as a unibody where the whole car is one that's like a bunch of welded pieces together.
Yeah.
This has a frame that you
then
just
you
drop
the
a
car.
body on. But Ford during this time was very much like that, where a lot of stuff was interchangeable, axles and brakes and transmissions and all that kind of stuff. Like you were telling me, you could put F-150 suspension on this and lift it, and
He
And
wanted
then you
to lift
could,
it.
I want to lift it.
Everything
Yeah,
is-
you can like go in and saw off the springs or whatever off an F-150 and then kind of insert into here. And because it's the engine same as the Mustang, like I've seen people, the transmission, you can put a Mustang manual transmission.
I guess
in
that
here
would be-
too.
So
like
Ford
you can do
during-
some crazy things with this. It's a kind of car that you can get a little goofy with and kind of mess around with it. You really can't do that as much in a newer car.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
what is this, like a 2000?
It's a 2009. I believe they
2009.
stopped making them in 2010, 11.
Okay.
So this is like.
got one.
I mean,
the
that's
last
around
years.
the time that Ford was really struggling. I mean, they were the only of the big three American companies to not file for bankruptcy, but
Yeah,
they were,
well,
they were
everyone-
doing stuff like this. You just have your corporate parts bin, or we're just going to stab your generic Mustang engine in it.
Yeah.
2009, the 5.0 was out, but
You got all cut wires in here from the lights, the siren lights and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like, I've got wires everywhere, and you'll see inside when you take a look inside. There's just like this slew of wires.
If you close the hood, you just slam it down?
Oh yeah. All right. Look how black it is. I should really get some kind
Looks
of
like my
like
grandma's
it's just
microwave.
burning itself.
Ford!
Yeah.
Can we just get a close-up of the pristine paint job?
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
is all
yeah,
Keith's
yeah.
handiwork here. Was it like rusted or?
It's just
Or chipped,
these have really bad paint jobs and they tend to chip and then it just starts spreading. So
Okay.
I'm like, I want to do something to kind of stop it
Yeah.
from just like taking over the whole hood. And I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it did. And I mean, if you stand all the way
Yeah,
over
no, that's what I was
there,
gonna say.
or
If
if
you
I'm
s-
coming down the road and I'm going
Yeah.
fast enough, you just see white. And
If
again,
you're-
it does help with that if I want to pull off and get people out of my way. That
Yeah,
cop
then it's-
look to a
it's
degree.
big.
It needs a bath, but big time
Some
bath.
work. And we got your standard cop wheels here.
Oh yeah, this is the back is the fun part. That's what they always say.
This is my favorite modification to the car here. This is a Mustang spoiler. Right?
Yeah, while I was at the junkyard pulling that spotlight, I saw a black Mustang and I saw this on there and I was like, I need that. So I just pulled it off, just drilled the hole, centered it myself, taped it down, and then just loaded it with more flex seal.
In our venture community, this is very opinion splitting. I personally love it. I think it's a great modification.
I was telling him before the video, I think I'm gonna put black stripes
Yes, and I
running up to the front. I think that
Yeah,
would tie
like-
this in more.
You want like dual stripes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on if you want
Stripes
to
are
keep
best.
the cop look, because the more you do to the
we're too far
exterior,
gone from the top.
the less it looks
No,
like a
people
cop
will
car.
see it and be like, "Oh, that's a fast cop." It's got,
My
like, stripes.
favorite modification to the rear of this
Oh yeah.
is the taillights.
Oh, those are
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is electrical tape.
Wait, I didn't even know that.
That is not factory.
I thought those were just bars.
Exactly.
Cool.
It's so
Day one, I bought the thing.
He fooled me.
Yeah.
He's like, yo,
Wow.
you like the new taillights? I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. He's like, it's electrical tape.
I did not do this. There's a YouTuber, I forget his name, but all he does, he's like the big god on YouTube.
Okay.
And this is one of the hacks he says to do is you just take electrical tape and you just run them along and it gives it a little bit of a sportier vibe to it. So I put that on there. And then the flag.
Oh yeah.
I forgot it's
that
all
was
America.
That was for Independence Day.
All I did was went to Walmart and bought like the house, like the thing you would buy to hook it up to the house.
Yeah.
Like, this should go on the side of your house. But I drilled it into the trunk, more Flex Seal to waterproof it. And then just this goes right into the. There's not a body in there, is there?
I hope not.
We can edit that out.
Yeah,
No, just blur it. It's fine.
Yeah. I got all. And see, it just goes right into the trunk and just does its thing here.
What are those taped for? What's that blue tape?
The blue tape, I just wanted to further cover like the nails from the fin or whatever. And so I just
get the dead bodies.
They're a little dangerous, so I kind of tried to tape them over.
Are these parts of the car?
Yeah, you'll see inside. I took these off because I took the back seat out to vacuum and I never vacuumed.
Yeah.
So whoever's riding in the back's not gonna have seat belts either. I mean, one thing I'll say about these cars, the space you have.
Yeah,
is
like,
amazing. This
you could fit
trunk
a lot
is
of people in there.
huge. Yeah. A lot of bodies in there. A lot of criminals. I got my axes in here. Whatever.
This is like a
I got
zombie
my
land.
Walmart
We got
ratchet set,
ratchet
and I
set.
had a coolant leak before I replaced the intake manifold. So I got 3 things. That one ain't even been open yet.
You're ready.
And then
You're ready
again,
for it.
you can see all the wires.
Yeah. All
Again.
The old cop
And there
stuff.
was a little rack at some point that what came out jutted out of here.
Oh, okay.
And that was to hold that was actually for the router to get internet, so the cops.
Oh, no
could
way.
have, from what I understand, yeah,
They took
I could
that
be
from?
wrong.
That'd
I
be
took
cool
it
to
out.
have.
I took it out.
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't serving any purpose,
Yeah.
and it just
Cool
taking up
internet,
space. Supercharge it kind of too.
You can do that.
That'd be
I know.
awesome.
You can put a supercharger
Dude,
on
Yeah,
our
I
mechanic
know.
here. He's gonna supercharge. Stay tuned.
There was a thing where there's a thing where people would try to bust in mainly these lights, and this metal piece wasn't here, and so then
and
you
they
could
could reach
reach
the
in and just
trunk
pull the
release.
trunk release and just steal everything out of the back of these, and the guns or whatever you kept back here. And they were saying they were starting to put these metal things on here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's move into the interior then. Sit in the back here. So we used to have a divider. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
This is
they have
what
like
it
the
is.
divider for the cops, and that's I didn't.
Yeah, for the
I haven't
criminals,
finished
all the crims.
uninstalling it, but it would slide into here. But if you look how much feet space you have, and you imagine that bar
I mean,
just
yeah.
going across here, it's
That'd
not
be-
designed to be comfortable for when you're taking them people to prison.
Not a lot going on here.
No,
We don't have cup holders for the criminals.
no, you don't got cup holders anywhere in this car, believe it or not.
Oh,
Move on up here. You can sit it there. So they don't have cup holders in these things because this is where all the equipment, like they'd have equipment in here, so there's
Yeah,
no
that's-
room for any of that stuff. And then there's just, that's all siren
man.
stuff,
oh, cool. Okay.
but routers and stuff. I just,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Jeez.
I didn't want to I couldn't bring myself to take it out. And then it had like a regular basic radio, like not even a CD player, just your basic radio little thing. And so I put that
this
in.
is self-installed.
But it doesn't fit all the way in, and I use Flex Seal tape instead of electrical tape because I could for the wiring because I couldn't find anything.
Sponsor Hick Vic.
Yeah, sponsor Hick Vic. I would
All right.
gladly take that. You can put your logo on here and just pay for my gas.
Put it right on there. Is this a light in here?
Yeah, this is the
Hey.
ticket light, and then this is
Oh,
the
yeah,
actual
okay,
lighting
the
system.
ticket light.
So that's
That's funny.
bright at night. And then for the engine, it has a fire suppression
Whoa.
system. So you're not, you
That's
don't
so
really
cool.
want to mess with that, but
You got
you don't press
overhead
it, but-
buttons in this.
Yeah.
It's like an airplane.
Yeah.
We got our spotlight controls.
Yeah, and then the dash, the information on the dash, it's not excessive. It's pretty.
I mean, yeah, you
It's
get what you
basic.
want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, you got on the column shifting? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually. German car.
Truck transmission.
Oh yeah, you're right. You just,
Yeah. Oh, and then the trunk button is supposed to be here. but it just wasn't. And I found it down here, and it wasn't working.
Through this to find it?
Yeah, well, I found it down here. It wasn't working, and then I remembered on my Grand Marquis that it was on the door. So I found this little black, like, you know, covering. I'm like, well, let's just rip it off. I ripped it off, and then there it was. There was the connector for the trunk. Yeah, so that one works when the car's on.
Okay.
It's got to have power.
Yeah.
But you just grab that sucker and press away, and the trunk pumps over.
Funny. You got pedal adjusters?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And again, another kind of cool thing is, and I haven't done it yet, where that button is for the pedal adjusters, there's a bunch of other like connectors for a bunch of other features, and all you got to do is find the luxury.
Oh, okay.
Like this comes out, and you just would get a different one of these, like you find out the scrapyard or something. That's what I'm looking for. And then you just plug all those in, and you have all those features.
Let's take it for a drive.
AutoZone also sponsor us. Oh yeah!
Let's go.
Oh yeah! It's a wide car, so it's big. It's a smooth ride, and with that suspension, you don't feel too much. You got the flag back there.
I know. I see it blowing like crazy.
True. This is your first time driving a cop car?
It is.
Oh, there you go.
Never driven a cop car.
Wow.
Here we go. Oh. Driving the Crown Vic.
The biggest flaw in these, they say on these cars, is that the transmissions go, but mainly it's because the cops beat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was nice. I wasn't sure, but I was at a buddy's and he lifted it up for me. We were looking, brand new transmission under there. It must have been a place. It wasn't the original.
You can tell it's a big car. Like,
oh yeah.
You're pretty far away from it.
Yeah. Go.
Still on there, right?
Oh yeah. Half of it is. I'm kidding. For what it is, it was a great deal on the price. These are very reliable cars. The engines last forever. I mean, gas stinks. Oh, it's terrible. But I don't know. I'd rather pay a little extra for gas and know that it's an engine that's going to last me a while, something that's easy to work on.
Yeah.
And I'm not the Allen local mechanic, but I've been able to pop open the hood and do some stuff around.
Do some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so I enjoy that.
So as I noticed, this has normal Ford brakes. They're pretty touchy.
Oh yeah. So we when we first got the car, me and Barry, we popped the tires off when we were looking over, and the rotors were good, the brake pads were good. They keep up with these, like the city or the state or whatever. They do a good job of kind of keeping things good. And I've been keeping up. You can check those idle hours.
That's pretty cool. You have a gauge for idle hours.
6,594 hours idling. Yeah, which is a lot. Yeah. I want to look. I'd like to have two cars because it's rear-wheel drive too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how is this? Like in the snow and like rain and stuff? Like yesterday.
Yeah. Considering two options. One, putting snow tires on it. I was doing some research, and they've got these tires that like test on ice and everything like that. It's, to help with that, you can weigh down the back. Like my grandfather was a cop in Philly, that, like kind of the connection through the car and what he did is kind of cool too. But he said they used to put salt bags of salt. Yeah. But then the salt bags would leak or rip or whatever, and it would start to corrode at the trunk. So he's like, don't do that. So I was thinking sandbags, but to go back to rear-wheel drive, not even in the snow. There's one time your brother was going straight at the local mechanic, and I was making a left, and I was trying to goof off with him, and it just rained, and I just laid into it, fished it. Whoa! Yeah. I've done that twice so far, and it was just rain. Yeah. You have to have in the back of your head as you're driving, this is rear-wheel drive. There's no, when it's raining or snowing, there's no ripping it on the turns. Or really in general. But if you're going a straight line, generally you're all right, as long as you're not slamming on the brakes or anything. But the turns, you do got to take a little slower. 4-speed automatic. Oh my god!
Perhaps a manual coming soon.
Yes, I've been doing my homework. You can look up some videos. It's insane. Yeah. Supercharge it, put the manual, get a little bit of a lift on it, and put the stripe, just some spacers. There's just so much. made it comfy up here. You got plenty of leg room back there. Back there, the criminals are.
It's not that comfortable.
Nah, them criminals aren't sitting right. But you don't need floor mats. The whole floor is a floor mat.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
So it's for like, again, like for to be a mess and the kind of the seats are comfortable, but a lot of it is for like, you know, easy cleanup and, you know, not to be gross, but if a criminal vomits in the back seat, you want to be able to clean it up pretty easily.
Yeah.
Now the brakes have been known to just stop working on me. No, I'm kidding.
As I come up to my twist.
Yeah, as you start, yeah. No, I'm totally joking with you.
Now we got the cop package on this.
Yeah, now
You
these
can
brakes.
take these turns.
Oh, you feel the whole
Yeah,
thing.
the whole thing sway,
The whole
you know,
thing
this is a
rocks
boat
as
right
you do
here.
it.
Yeah, the steering
Yeah.
is very light.
Oh, it's
But yeah.
hilarious.
The brakes work great. That's a lot of revving.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
And the weakest component, I tell you, on this car is the transmission.
Yeah.
If you
that
put a
shifting
manual
was
in
bad.
this,
Dude, yeah, because the engine seems great. But the transmission is
the
slow.
transmission cannot keep up. There's this modification, it's called a J mod or something. I was reading about it online. You take the transmission apart, and I don't even know what you do to it, but it apparently helps with that, like, immensely. But I'm not tearing the
I don't know anything
transmission
about
apart, and I'm not paying anybody to do it. So if I did anything, I would you know, try to find a good refurbished or, you know, lightly used Mustang transmission. Just cut your hole and you're good to go. I'll get Alan to do that. The AC wasn't working when I got it. Gave it a shot. Lasted all summer. This is the first car I've ever owned with AC.
Really?
Go.
It's going. There we go. Yeah, it picks up. These corners, you can feel that downforce.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's the boat. Oh, it's a good time.
Everybody's sliding around.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Okay, here
I'm
we
here
go.
for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? As an owner, I give you the approval for the driving. You can be a civilian cop anytime.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that.
He's looking.
Dude, I'm looking for the. I'm like, where's
where's
anything then?
Yeah.
It's on the. Got the column shifted.
And you can manually shift to a degree with a
I see the
'cause
one
you've
and
got
two,
first
yeah.
and second. Yeah, I've never tried it. I didn't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Oh, outro time. Alright guys, that wraps up this video with the Pick Vic here. I hope you all learned some valuable information. Shout out to Keith for giving the information. Heads up though, psych. You under arrest! Get in there! Watch him beat! Get him out of here!
Ready and go.
Is anyone else really scared that flag's just gonna blow off and go straight into the windshield? Or what about the spoiler that's held down by Flex Seal? Oh my gosh, it's a cop! I hope that flag doesn't fall off. I hope that spoiler doesn't fall off. I hope those taillights stay on. I hope the front bumper doesn't fall off. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Keith Seary's YouTube channel. Very important. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe Venture at FAC YouTube page. I'm on there, so it's awesome. New shifter.